Kirk. We are at Suki Arena and Events Center tonight. The Winslow Black Raiders with their home opener against the Crusaders from John Bapts. This looks to be a very good game, a highly entertaining game. Across town, we have the Bulldogs and the Panthers playing. There's a sweaty guy right there. As we get ready to go, he's just come off the ice, little guy there. We bring to the broadcast the Colonel and Mr. Carey to my right, the first time he's been on with us, and like to say hello to you. And now we have a certified referee sitting beside me. He may not want to by the end of the game. If you ever hear me big on the referees, I do tend to get a little animated at times.
That's fine, because most of the time, they deserve it. No, reffing is a tough job, and there's a lot to process in a short amount of time for a lot of these guys, and they do their best. But just like players, sometimes they miss one or make the second best choice, and it unfortunately goes up above in front of everybody when they do that.
Yeah, it's all about entertainment for me, anyways. We take a look at Class B tonight with the Black Raiders, the defending state champions, and they look to be reloaded again here. Carey is going to rely a lot on the youngsters, and there are some pretty solid freshmen and sophomores on this team, but it's anchored by a solid, experienced goaltender, and that's the mark of a pretty good team. You have a goaltender, you have a good defenseman, you have a couple experienced goaltenders, and you can, Carey's a good enough coach to be able to put the rest of the pieces together.
Yeah, and they've got a nice little forward that plays for the Moose B team, and Nick Burgoyne. He's got a good scoring touch around the net, and it only takes one or two goals to win a lot of games, and if those systems are in place and they execute well, that can be enough on any given night.
Yeah, and you see it more and more of these players go to those developmental leagues, and we cover these leagues here on the network, and of course you coach the Moose team, and if you're a parent, now how does one go about getting onto the Moose as far as becoming a player?
We officially have tryouts in the spring, at Kennebec Ice Arena, and that will happen after the high school season's over and shortly after our season is over. But a lot of guys miss the tryouts, or they're away at other tryouts, and will contact us via email or phone calls, or run into me at a rink or whatever, and guys, get looked at in that way as well. And we're always looking for players, and part of the job is recruiting and trying to get the word out that we do have a program there, and we're growing at a very nice rate. So it's been a real pleasure to be part of it and see us come forward. Looks like we're going to have a little song coming up here.
Yeah, usually they have somebody singing here. How did he pronounce that? Duval?
At defense number 18, Joey Thompson.
I didn't hear him.
At center, number 17, Ethan Sales.
Well, John Bapts is no stranger to the big game. They usually play teams very tough. I remember them beating the Bulldogs last year, and I know they gave the Tigers fits last year in the playoffs and took them to a couple overtimes before finally giving way to the Tigers, who eventually gave way to the Raiders, who went on to win the States by beating York in overtime. But, John Bapts, this is a class act, ladies and gentlemen, and very solid program, pretty good coaching, always got good competitive players, and generally a very competitive team. And this is a pretty competitive league, the Class B Eastern Division. You got Holton and Presque Isle. Both those teams look to be very competitive again. And, you got Orono, and we saw Orono when they came here, and, they gave Winslow fits, and Winslow went down there and ran out of there with a 5-4 victory there. So all in all, this league here, this Class B East League, is pretty solid.
As opposed to the West, even. The West has one or two teams every year that seem to be pretty good, but Cape is going to be good, and York, hard to say what they lost for seniors, but East is always a lot more depth in the league standings.
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the great.
Well, there. You know, when you're standing down there getting ready to play, doesn't that national anthem seems like it takes forever, doesn't it?
Well, it seems that the crowd really enjoyed it there at the end. I was listening to the tens of thousands of people cheering for it. It was good. I guess the girl wasn't singing tonight, huh?
Well,
And there's your favorite two participants tonight, getting rid of their jackets over there by the penalty box. Number 3 and number 10. Are you going to talk about those guys tonight a little bit, you think?
I try to cut him some slack sometimes, but you know how it goes.
Hey, you know what? Don't pull any punches tonight. I want to hear it. I want to hear the worst. I've never seen a jersey like Bapts there with the big stripe around the neck, the big gray V. Interesting.
They believe they just won a state football championship. Here we go. Raiders and the Crusaders. It's opening night here for Winslow as they'll take the draw. And Burgoyne will fire it in. Not deep enough, and right off the bat we could have had a hitting upstairs. It was let go. Fired in by John Bapts, number 17, Ethan Sale. He's an experienced player. The team's going to be led by Huckstein, and there he is right now. It's Joey Thompson, rather. Chase Huckstein, the senior defenseman. He's the good one on this team. As Andrew Casey will fire it in. That one got steered off, or actually covered. I didn't see it in his glove, but
caught it in
they'll
midair.
cover it up. They want a line change. So you notice in the building there's nothing but Winslow banners, and there's 5 teams that play out of this building.
I counted 10.
Yeah.
10 banners, not 10 teams.
Well, Winslow's got 10 championships. Waterville has 19 state championships. And they're going to contend for another one there over and playing the Bulldogs across town here tonight. The Raiders are at it. There's Todd Brow down in the corner on the left side. Now it's out to the half board. It couldn't be broke out as Duplessis fires it in for the moment. Now it's kicked out to the neutral ice. Transition by Waterville. By Winslow. We've seen Waterville here 3 or 4 times in a row now. Now it's Winslow's turn. It's turned over, and Brow will fire it in. Good solid stop right on top of the crease. He'll cover that one up. Doug Duvall, a senior goaltender, and I'm not real sure I'm pronouncing that right, but you don't think I am either, do you?
Yeah, a lot of E's and I's in that name. I wasn't sure.
Well, it is a French name.
Duvalier, maybe? I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
Tell you, I was so excited to see Kirk call the game, the showcase game we did with you play. What was the Canadian team they played?
St. Foy.
and they didn't have a roster.
Oh yeah, and they didn't really have too much of an attitude about getting me one either.
No, just call them Jean and Guy and Francois.
They looked at me like, "What do you want one of them for?"
They're a good team. That was a
Yeah, they're a
heck of
very good team. Winslow fires it up to the high slot. There was nobody home. And Josh Larson, the freshman, was out of position there. Right back, Huckstein fires in. Down to the left half board. Ethan Sales going to work it behind the net. Picked up back to the point. Number 18, Joey Thompson. There's a shot on. Juicy rebound. Finally ridden off there by Winslow. Look at that. I don't have a 25. I guess I should have checked that roster for Winslow. They'll fire it down to Craigle. Craigle will have to go all the way behind his net. 12:29 to play. No score. We're just underway. Teams are feeling each other out now across the ice. Burgoyne couldn't handle the pass. Goes all the way down for icing. Those new uniforms this year, I never really noticed the black stripe down the middle of them on the sides. Maybe it's been that way for a while. Finally, it'll be settled down by Burgoyne. He'll carry it out to the neutral ice, fire it in deep. Over on the other side is Guptill. We also got Jordan Grant there. Grant's got the puck. Kick back to Thompson. Thompson cycles it back down low. Here's a shot looking for that short angle. It got steered wide. Back behind the net. Jordan Grant still holding it. They're going to be allowed. They're going to let him go as Thompson bangs weight with him. Right back to Thompson. Thompson fires it in towards the high slot. Gets kicked around. Finally, Fadrigan will get it up and out as it popped over the defenseman and out to the neutral ice.
Bapts gets a new line out to match up against that line as quick as they can.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll see that match up if they have the chance again.
Big-
Unfortunately, Winslow's got the last change here, and they're able to put out the line they want. And they caught him. You don't want to put your third, fourth lines on.
Yeah, and Coach Lessard will pick right up on that, too. And he'll eat you alive with his speed. That's the luxury he has. Todd Brow on the draw. Number 23, Casey Hull, the senior forward, captain of this team.
Hell of a player, too.
It back to Huckstein. Huckstein goes around. He couldn't kick it out. Craigle keeps it in. He'll cycle it back down to Todd Bro. Bro gives way to Dan Clark. Now to Justin Bouchard. Bouchard tried to work it in front. Got blocked. And off to the half board. Doucette. Nick tries to get it out. It can't be worked out. It's just ping-ponged around in there. Finally taken by Todd Bro. Kicked it back to Craigle and went up over a stick. Now here's a turnover. And Ethan Sale works it towards the front. Now he gets it right to number 23, Casey Hull. Big stop by Little. That's why Jesse's so solid back there, always in position and ready to play. And over on the other side of their transition, we had a 2-on-1. The boys were off sides, though.
Well, the Winslow defender was backing away and got tied up with the ref and lost his stick and got bumped off the play and created a 2-on-1 the other way. And then they came back down, and I really didn't think that was offside from my vantage point.
Oh, and we're standing right at center ice. That one will go for icing. Well, Brian Ouellette will take the draw in the offensive zone. Against number 5, Andrew Casey. A lot of seniors on this Bapts team. Won by Bapts, and it's swung all the way around to Nick Mitchell. He works it out. Here we got a breakaway. Kicked around. Little had to make the stop. The net goes off the mooring, and just came out, and they caught Winslow flat-footed through the transition, through the neutral zone, and just walked in on a 2-on-1, and
Winslow
didn't
did
really get
caught,
much on
yeah.
him, nothing. He had the pass or the shot, and just kind of rolled off his stick.
Winslow D got frozen on the blue line, thinking the guy was going to try to carry out of the zone. He passed it in the middle, and they beat him for a 2-on-1. You want to back away there a little bit.
Oh, Jordan Grant on the draw. And kicked over to Burgoyne. Burgoyne drives it out. Right there's Tyler Fadrigan. He hits Craigle on the stick. Craigle transitions right back. Here come the Raiders. Guptill carries in. Out in the high slot is Grant. Grant over to Burgoyne. Burgoyne with a shot. That was a pretty good stop and left there on the right side. And we're going to have a roughing call hitting to the head.
There's that penalty that you don't like, and I disagree with the call.
Well, there should be some, and it's the way the rule's written, but there should be some sort of leniency there as far as official interpretation.
Well, you know, this to the head stuff got added because they were trying to find out how many penalties were actually to the head. Roughing hasn't changed. They just wanted to know how many roughs and how many high sticks actually hit the head. So now it looks like every penalty is something to the head. Whenever I call penalties, I don't add it on. I just call it a rough.
So nonetheless, here's the Crusaders. Fadrigan has the puck, kicks it around to Huckstein. Huckstein has it on his backhand. He's going to kick it around to Fadrigan. Fadrigan tried to go back to Huckstein, and it split between him and Casey Hull and came out of the zone. We have another penalty here. Slashing is the call. This one's going to go on number 14, Mr. Nick Burgoyne.
The official found his whistle, and he likes the sound of it.
Well, 9 minutes to go, and Winslow's in a bit of a pickle here. Down by a couple for a full minute and 19 as carried in now as Casey Hull carries in back to Huckstein. Huckstein working the umbrella back to Hull. There's a shot that got steered away by Little. Hit him up on the shoulder. Now here's Huckstein. Huckstein gets it across to Fadrigan. Fadrigan couldn't one-time that one. Now it comes back to Huckstein. Huckstein on the left. He's got a shooting angle, but he won't take it. He'll kick it back. They use the umbrella. Now it's kicked to the far post on the back door. And Nicky Mitchell was there, and somehow Little got a piece of that and kept it away from the net. Here's a rebound, and that's Fadrigan. He forgot the puck, and look out. Pretty good hit there. It's number 23, Casey Hull. An experienced player here. Right back comes John Bapts. 17 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. And they play that umbrella. It's kicked around to Fadrigan with a one-time shot. Steered away. Comes back to Hull. Hull to Huckstein. Huckstein with a shot. Got blocked in front of the net. The rebound never made it in on Little, and they'll kick it back out. Bounced around in there. Winslow now 30 seconds. They get a man back, and they'll shorthanded for another 30 seconds. They're on the verge of killing this off. The play mostly in the Winslow end. Here's Huckstein. Now it's taken there by Kevin Martin, and going to work it up but not out. Ends up with Jordan Grant's stick, and he'll get it on out of there. Todd Brow will finish it off. This is effectively going to kill off the 5-on-3. Good-looking power play here by the Crusaders. Just not enough puck movement on it to get one by Little. Got to have more puck movement on that umbrella.
5-on-3, you don't want to attack from the top, attack from the side. They held it too high in the zone, never got it to the net.
Well, it's 6:45 to go in the first period. Still no score. It's kicked around there. It's icing. It hit a skate. That's going to be waved off as Dalton Thompson's going to be the first one on it. He's a youngster. Kicks it around there for Burgoyne. Burgoyne has to go around Little, and he'll start it up. Gives it off for Jordan Grant, and he missed his stick. Right back is Travis Poulett. He works it in deep. Winslow will have to break out. There's Burgoyne. Burgoyne tries The long pass got broken up for the minute.
Peel off for a change here. There they go. Don't know why they both peeled towards our board, but
Well, Guptill will come off as he just lays it in the zone. So Justin Greenlaw, junior defenseman, kicks it in. Comes around to Joey Thompson, who leaves it there for Duplessis. Got a battle over on the left side. Finally comes around. Now to the neutral ice. Transition right back. Here's Todd Brown. He has to wait. Wait for people to get out of the zone. Clark was still in the zone. Now they work it in. He gets double teamed. Comes right to Dan Clark. Clark with a shot on. That got sticked away. Right back is Todd Brown on the half board. Kicks it back down to Clark. Bouchard is there. Justin Bouchard is there, the freshman. They'll set up. Too much standing around for the Raiders as Bouchard works it up in front of the net, and out comes Tyler Smith for the Crusaders. He couldn't keep the handle on it. It's kicked all the way around to Justin Bouchard on the half board. Worked out by Winslow. It's Todd Brown. They're going to peel off for a line change. Lessard with quick line changes tonight. Home opener for the Black Raiders. Kevin Martin drives it in. All the way around along the right half board. Winslow in control, now starting to gain a little more possession in the offensive zone. We got a whistle and a high sticking call. This is it going to be the penalty variety?
yeah, you'd like to think that the officials call the game the same way no matter the situation, but when Winslow was down 5-on-3, I saw about 3 or 4 minor penalties of a worse variety than the ones that got them down 5-on-3 in the first place that they let go, and now they're just, that was an iffy call again.
Minor penalty for high sticking called on Winslow player
Well,
number 2.
Nicky Mitchell carries in. Tries to work it out in front of the net, and Andrew Casey was there, but it was poke checked away. Well, Bapts will have to come out in the neutral ice and start it in again. Casey Hull has the puck. He'll drive it in for Andrew Casey. Casey walks in. Now he's going to kick it back to Huckstein. Huckstein with it teed off there. Little made the stop. That's an easy stop for Jesse. Had good vision there to see that shot. Oh, the Crusaders got to create some more movement. There's tape-to-tape pass for Nicky Mitchell, and he's going to put the brakes on. A little bit too high in the zone. He didn't carry it in deep enough. Finally, it's driven in by Fadrigan. Comes all the way around to Casey. Casey being checked by Kevin Martin down there. Casey has the puck. Andrew Casey is down there with Nicky Mitchell. Casey's going to change the ice. He comes around to the left side. Now goes back to the right. Buddy kind of waiting for something to happen out there. In the meantime, the tick-tock goes the clock as Huckstein stopped that one from being cleared out of the zone. They'll leave it down there for Hull. Hull back to Huckstein. Bapps wanted the line change, or partial line change anyway. Huckstein couldn't keep it in the zone. Well, 25 seconds to go now on the power play. The Crusaders not moving that puck fast enough through the zone to be able to do much of anything as Todd Brown poke checks that one away. Bapps off the boards to Poulin. Poulin carries in. Down to the left half board. Matt Duplessis will go in. We got a pretty good scrum going on there between Craigle and Travis Poulin. Craigle's going to get the penalty here. And He might be calling both of them, but Craigle with the retaliation, and that was right in front of us. That was an easy call to make right there.
Craigle was the one that was kind of taking liberties when they were down 5-on-3, and he was getting away with it.
He was going to let it all go, but I guess he's going to call both of them.
Well, you know, they would have let it go except for that last shove by Craigle, but then that was the one that broke the camel's back, but yet they find something to put them both in. See, I told you, you don't have to take it easy on the refs here.
Well,
worst critics.
they're giving a lot of penalties here to the Raiders in the first period.
I think we finally have someone giving you a run for your money tonight, Kirk.
My blood pressure's still low, though. I don't get upset about it.
Oh, Huckstein will drive it in. Go all the way around to Devin Guptill. Guptill's going to bang around down in there. Ethan Sale is down there.
And now what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm confused as to why the whistle went there.
I guess they, I don't know. Guess they're saying he had it pinched along the boards there. Winslow will come out. Winslow's got some speed. Here's the freshman, Justin Bouchard. He puts the brakes on right in front of the net for Todd Brow. Couldn't handle it, went into his skates, and oh, you see the confidence there in the freshman Bouchard. Well, just drifted out the green lawn to neutral ice. Uh-oh, here's a bad pass. It's turned over right in front of the net. Somehow that did not go in. It was rolling around there. Nobody could really get good wood on it to stuff that one in. Right back the other way. Here's Casey Hull. He whistled that one up over Little, and it comes along to the left side and up and out of the zone. The neutral ice. Here's Bouchard. He hits his own player there. They hit Todd Brow, and a little collision there. Now we're going to have a hooking call. This one's going to go on Justin Bouchard, number 12, I believe.
Oh, that one was well-deserved. He had him wrapped up pretty good. Bouchard's a nice little player. I believe he plays in the Portland Pirates.
Yes, he does.
System down.
Yeah. But he's still got to adjust to that varsity level.
Yeah. You know, he doesn't have to travel that far. He could stop in Augusta and play for the Moose if he wanted to.
Yeah, you know, his parents are right over there.
I know.
Well, there's a bad pass by Winslow as Casey Hull intercepted the clearing pass.
Get it across now. See, they're holding it way too long in the power play.
Yeah, not enough puck movement as Huckstein tried to get it to Casey.
There's not good puck support either. Now they got to move it down low. That's better.
And it comes back out to the defenseman Fadrigan. Fadrigan cycles it right back around to Andrew Casey. Now he goes back to Huckstein. It's the design play, and there's a big shot by Huckstein. Rebound come out to Hull, and that one got stopped by Little. Also, they got to get more traffic. Get some people in front of them shooting lanes. Huckstein has to come out. We come to the end of the first period, so kind of lackluster here for the Raiders.
Too many penalties.
Spent a lot of time in the penalty box. Not enough puck movement here by the Crusaders from John Babbs, but nonetheless. This is what looks to be a couple of pretty evenly matched teams.
Well, Waterville, or not